Hi, I'm Chris Marsh, the curator here at Haynes International Motor Museum, and welcome to our Red Room. There are a few favourites in here that people obviously get attached to, but we've got such interesting names as MG, we've got Turner, we've got BMWs, we've got Alfas, Facel Vegas and other exotica as well to boot. What I'd like to do though is have a quick look at a couple of my favourites whilst we're here, starting with a very classic sports car in the colour red, which is the Ford Mustang. What was amazing about this car was it was called the Little Pony, but what's lovely is some of the details that you find inside that you would never find in a car today, for anything from health and safety reasons through to just pure stylistic changes. But these lovely 3-spoke steering wheels, which minus a big chunk of airbag in the middle, right through to the very, very simple clean lines that they have for the centre console unit and run here. But little touches, you've got the galloping horses and ponies on the cassette machine in the middle. Cassettes obviously were right up to date, bang in 1966, having only come into play in the earlier in the 60s. But again, you've got a 4-seater, comfortable, convertible car, and what a joy to drive. Completely scary to most people because its road holding could be challenging at the best of times, depending on the engine and the horsepower that you had underneath, but nevertheless fun and very, very engaging. One of my favourites in the Red Room is this endearing little Austin frog-eyed Sprite. And this little example in our Red Room is a very classic little version of this particular car. A bit of fun. And let's have a look closer inside. Most of these cars were produced on a very basic basis. This Austin one was based on the A35 platform, but with different new body panels. But when you get a closer look inside, you see there's some real basics that they engineered into it, basically to keep the price down. At £690 at the time, it was actually a very, very affordable car. Inside, this one's actually got an old radio in it, which has seen actually better days. Having said that, that was not an original piece of kit. But the rest of the items in here actually show you that everything was pared right back to the basics, even down to the simplicity of the door handle operation. But it made for cost-effective, but really good fun motoring, and was something that you could also fix at home easily and would fit into anybody's normal garage. I wanted to have a look at another one of the unusual vehicles that we have in this particular area of our collection, the Gilbert Invader. This is the estate version of this car, and it's the only Welsh car that we actually have in the collection. Interior wise, it is fitted out with leather, it's got a lovely wooden burr walnut dashboard, it has got a whole host of luxury car features. Underneath the hood it had a 3-litre Essex engine, and again, which from a power to weight ratio with a fiberglass body made it a very interesting performance car to actually drive. But the lovely little touches, you've got the Welsh Dragon here on the front, there's some close-ups which you'll see in terms of the interior, and this one was the sort of shooting brake estate version of the car, which again was something a little bit unusual at the time, and probably the closest thing that today we think about more as a hatchback than anything else. But a very pretty, very nicely designed compact car that actually performed really well at the same time. One of the more popular cars that we found in our Red Room is the Alfa Romeo brand. Alfa Romeo, which is such a passionate brand, but in terms of the way it designs cars, in the way in terms it engineers them, and then the things like the drive and dynamics of them, and people get very, very enthusiastic about Alfa Romeo, and for all the right reasons, I think. A couple of the examples that we have here is a 1963 2600. But again, just have a look at the way the chrome work lifts out of the red, the lovely flowing lines of the car. It's an absolute classic from that particular period. And the Italians were so good at capturing this sort of just the beauty about driving and about the pleasures that you could have in terms of the open road. And then by contrast to it, you've got the 1996 Spider, but again, something that is really evocatively designed and not necessarily to everybody's tastes, but you can see that there is a real sense of brand development and brand ownership in terms of saying, this is a particular style, this is what Alfa Romeo stands for, and this is an execution of that particular vehicle. And in between these two cars, you would have had other examples, and this is a hardtop, and this is a Giulia Sport. And again, a very collectible car these days, but absolutely great fun.